somewhere along the line I developed a belief system that that tells me that I shouldn't be feeling much of or thinking much of anything.
Everyone in here has got to see this one. Whether that somewhere along the line was starting in grammar school or before, or starting in your church, or starting in the new church that you went to after you left your old church, or starting into your no church after you left. The belief system, this is very important. It has something to do with I should be different from the way I am. Because Jesus was like this, or Buddha was like this, or Ramana was like this, or my idealization of myself is like this. And so therefore I should be feeling something I'm not feeling, or not feeling something I'm feeling. Can everyone relate to this? Good. Just so I want us to be on track here. This is what I meant about taking it from the abstraction into the recognition. We like to tell stories, and stories are very useful. You know, stories are that's the way humans communicate. And there can be great mythic stories, metaphoric stories, which are all myths. And there's the story of you. Your life thrust has a story. It was heading in a certain direction, and then it turned around, headed in a different direction, radically different direction, but still a story about you. And so there's nothing wrong with the story. We love the stories of saints and sages, and we love the stories of demons because we relate to them all. We recognize them all, and stories are teaching vehicles. But once we get to the point of that which cannot be taught, which is also that which cannot be learned, which is who you are, then at least for an instant, there has to be a discovery of what is closer than the story of you. That's not to diminish the stories. It actually makes a much better story. When the stories come forth consciously from recognizing what cannot be told about who you are, then the stories are infused. The stories are art. The stories are great. That's what makes the story of Christ such a story. It shakes us. It makes us fall down to the ground because it's infused with what cannot be told, but that which is alive in you right now and is discoverable by you in an instant of recognizing the story. And there may be many levels of the story, subtle and subconscious, unknown levels, but in turning the mind toward the core, toward the deeper levels, there is discovered that which all the levels appear in, which we can call home. When you're home, you're just home. And if there's a story being told, it's being told home. At home, you can relax as you hear the story. You can relax as you tell the story. You can relax as you get terrified of the story. Because you're home. You can be naked at home. You can relax at home. You can be who you are at home. And quite amazingly, you can invite the whole world, the whole cosmos, the whole media home, where you are. And you can be yourself. And that's what we have to give one another. Then the stories that we share with one another, which can be entertaining, are infused with that. Have some real meaning, are metaphors, are descriptions, are the Shakti of what is essentially at home, at peace, here. And it excludes nothing, as you see. It doesn't exclude failure. It doesn't exclude grief. It doesn't exclude knowingness. It doesn't exclude perfection. It doesn't exclude imperfection. It doesn't exclude the body. It doesn't exclude thoughts. It doesn't exclude emotions. It doesn't exclude any circumstances, because everything is infused with that. This teaching from my teacher is often called a non-dual teaching. What non-dual truly means is all is one. All is oneself. All. But when we are busy identifying ourselves as someone who's going to get something and get something else away, we overlook that someone, besides being a fiction made up in the mind, based on images and thoughts and feelings and sensations of a body, we overlook that which is always present. That all the getting and losing and keeping away from and seeking and finding and opening and closing and contracting and expanding, that all of that's occurring in as some mysterious, exquisite, horrifying, beautiful mandala of the Shakti of God.